I'm Elizabeth.
And we know better. Hi, gay. Happy Pride. And yeah, you're gay now, because I think we established that 2 episodes ago. Yeah, you're gay. You're gay.
You're
in
gay.
some way, at least a little bit.
It's a gay.
But you do have to bow down to the people that have come out. Sorry, I don't think I make the rules.
You do have to bow down. What, does it count if you were outed?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Actually,
then I count.
Maybe even more.
Hi, gay people in my phone.
Yeah. Well, actually, people post-Pride, this will be the episode that they see.
True.
It won't be the new episode, but like
Right,
if they if they scan the QR code.
Hi, gay people from the Pride Parade.
Yes, if you're watching this, hello,
Hi.
welcome. We're so excited to have you.
Woo! Nobody ends up following us. Oh.
That would be, to be transparent, guys, we spent a lot of money on the parade, and so if we don't get at least one of y'all, that'll be a little sad,
Yeah,
but
that
it's
would be
okay.
unfortunate.
Even, yeah, just, but if you are from the parade, if you could leave a comment so we know, like, we're trying to, like, that's kind of business.
Right.
Trying to get the analytics, like, did we get people from the parade or not? I don't know.
Comment down below. Are you
Comment
from
down-
the parade? Yes or no? Y or N?
Yeah. That's
Everybody,
all you have
though,
to
who's listening has to comment.
Yeah, yes. If you're listening and you're a friend who's been watching literally since the beginning, make sure to drop an N in the chat. Simple as that.
Yeah.
But I'm hopeful that it will be fun regardless, and like,
Happy Pride to most of Congress. Happy Pride to a lot of the DL bitches in the U.S. government. Happy Pride to people with nose piercings. Yeah, I try to think of more, but that's all
Happy Pride to most male celebrities.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Happy Pride to a bunch of people from my old sorority.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, well, happy Pride is all we have to say. I mean, not our first, but this is the Pride episode.
Right.
Because we have another fun topic. 2 weeks in a row, we're not just yapping at you with no purpose.
We plan things out because, you know, we're official and we're brand safe.
Right. Do like a cue roll clip. Wait, that would be a funny clip I'd make. We'd be like, we're brand safe, and then I'd just clip a bunch of moments where we're not being brand safe.
Oh my god, ew, sorry. You know I'd really be laughing when I pull out the snort, and then Ange likes to snort back at me, and it's like, okay.
Yeah.
So we don't have to kick people when they're down.
Right. But yes, so the theme or the topic for today is characters that in our headcanon
Are gay or
or
queer in some way.
Yeah, queer or non-gender.
Genderqueer.
Yeah, genderqueer.
Genderqueer or queer sexuality.
Yeah,
So
or both.
Yeah, basically we're gonna be assigning them a gender and a sexuality.
Well, and I wouldn't.
But it's fake, so it's literally like I can do that.
Yeah, we're not doing real people, obviously, because
No.
I was gonna say we don't do that, but we do that.
But if it's a blanket statement, it does not count.
Yeah,
Everybody gay.
I would agree.
Everybody gay, and that doesn't matter. Like that's
Yeah.
not like I'm telling a specific person what they are.
No, I agree. I'm just was about to say, and I was like, let me say that we do that,
And
but
only,
in a different way.
But we can tell you what you are if you want to know.
Yeah,
but
no.
Unless you don't want to. But if you don't want to know, we won't tell you. We'll just think it.
So, and I would argue that these characters just are gay or genderqueer, and you just haven't seen it. Like, and the writers were cowards. Well, not even though, because they write them that way.
I was gonna say some I feel like are popular headcanons within the fandoms, while I think others are more so like what I think. I actually, in every single one, I'm sure that there's actually a part of the fandom that thinks this. But like, I think there's some where it's like a bigger acceptance of like that headcanon versus others.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Can I start? Are we
Go
starting?
for it. You go for it. I think we should jump right in. I'm excited to talk about it.
Number 1, we have Galinda Upland. She, her, cis, lesbian. That's the photo. I have slides. We have slides. They're going to be, well, here it is. But I'm going to also be showing each other because obviously we can't see the screen that you guys are seeing. And I don't really think I have to really explain this one. I think you can watch our multiple Wicked videos for that, but I don't think there could be actually like a better example of like a hyperfemme lesbian in media.
I might
not
have
canon,
one.
not canon.
Yeah.
Surely there are lesbians
Agreed.
in media who are more femme or more better representation than Galinda because she is not canonically. But I think it's heavily implied, especially in the most recent movie adaptation. Even Ariana Grande was posting people being like, Galinda gay as fuck.
Yeah.
So I don't really know if I have to explain that one. I feel like that's a little bit self-sufficient of my thoughts.
Especially if you watch this, like, I feel like it's impossible to not have heard of the Gelfie ship. Now,
Right.
if you don't support it, that's something different. But like, not like to be surprised by us saying that that Glinda is a lesbian.
It just
I
goes
think
so
you-
much with
like,
also
where you come
her
from.
and Fiero's storyline as well. Like, they both want Elphaba, and they kind of, like, ignore it through, like, being with each other and, you know, et cetera, et cetera. We go to this at length in our We've Been Changed for Good
Yes,
video.
definitely.
But yeah, I don't feel like
Yeah.
I have to elaborate. There's not much to
I
say on
agree.
that one. That one was like we're softening into it.
Yeah. Nope. I agree. I think, well, mine might be more surprising to people. And maybe this might be a case of, I just want it to be true. And that's
But like,
fine.
it's media, so if you perceive it that way, then it is
Yeah.
true.
Mine is Olivia Benson, SVU. She's bisexual. That's a bisexual woman, especially first or second season when she got the short hair. I know what you are. And yes, I think it's just I'm attracted. But she's a woman who, like, it just doesn't make sense for her character to, like, cut off any gender from her romantic interest. She struggles with romantic interest, period, because she has a hard job and she's a hardworking woman. But, like, her whole job is about fighting for the rights of those most vulnerable. I think she cares for all, and that's romantically too, in my mind. I think she's bisexual, to me. And I would love to see that, especially as she's gotten older. Like, come on, like, make her end up with a woman. That would be great.
Sound off in the comments if you agree or disagree. I've never seen, so I don't have an opinion. I believe it, though. Everybody bisexual.
Well, right, yeah. I'm like, that's, like, I'm not saying, now, my other takes might be a little more hot, because that's my only bisexual on the list. So
I think, okay, so for my next one, I have two definitive takes, and then I have an additional take that I didn't put, but I feel like might be true, is true to my opinion of them.
Okay.
But, okay. Wait, maybe I should do what you did so that I can see it like that. Mm-hmm. My second is Jane Hopper, also known as 11, but I'm going to go with Jane. We have she, they, pansexual with a femme preference. And that is the genderqueer flag and the pansexual flag.
Yeah.
I just think that, I guess, like, your life experience doesn't choose your sexuality, right? But in the way that I perceive Jane, it's like, she doesn't know anything about gender or sexuality, so I feel like she does not have those things ingrained into her from a young age. And so when she's discovering romance and sex and gender, all these things for the first time, like, why would she limit herself off the bat? Yeah. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And also, I just see her, after all the abuse she had at the hands of men, also, like I said, like, none of these things make you gay or not gay, but, like, she's a character. So let me use the context clues.
But to have a femme preference like that,
like, I would definitely think that, like, gender doesn't matter for her for romantic interest, but I do think she would have a femme presence because I think she could connect more with feminine people based on the trauma that she endured in her past.
Well, I think gender itself is a social construct. And so when you move the social construct from the girl, and granted, it was not a good space. It wasn't like the utopian world where we don't have to think about gender at all.
It was more
but
so
it's a
she
world
just
where,
didn't
like,
even know.
They were just reduced to product, and thus none of the numbers had a gender.
Right.
They were not raised as boy or girl. They were raised as numbers.
And that's why I put her
numbers.
as genderqueer because, like, like you said, they don't have a gender. They don't have a gender associated with them.
Yeah.
But when they first get out of the experimentation, they are signed female cisgender by the party. Yeah. By Mike, the fucking... I was going to put Mike on my list, but I was like, that's just too fucking obvious. That's a gay man. Like, fuck you.
Yeah, I also tried to avoid anyone that we did ships. Most of them.
Yeah.
I was like...
Yep, no, me too. But I feel like as she got a little bit older, there would be some questioning of the gender, and I don't
Yeah.
think there's like a landing point on that. That's why I feel like
Yeah.
with both gender and sexuality, I don't think they would find ever any definitive landing point. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And I think,
But I do think they would choose a label.
I think that's even
Eventually.
shown through the show, because she does have that season 3 arc where she is more
Experimenting with style.
Yeah, independently and like outside of what is told to her, but she does like a feminine side of it too. She has like that exploration, but she
Right.
also very much, it's more about what she wants. It's not about
Right.
what she has to do to be a woman.
Yeah, and
So
and
I
when
agree
she
with that
first goes
heavily.
shopping with Max,
Yeah.
she leans towards more masculine clothing right off the bat. And I also think Max would have been like a defining experience meeting Max. I'm not saying I do ship them, but I don't think that would be like her end all be all relationship,
Sure.
because I mean there's so much out there.
Yeah.
And like she shouldn't fall in love with the first man she ever meets. She probably would fall in
Yes.
love with the first woman she ever meets, or at least that be the only love.
Yeah.
But I think meeting Max is like a definitive like exploration point of like, oh, there can be more than just what Mike is telling
Someone
me.
who is also most definitely she, they.
Yeah. Oh, they bisexual, if I were to say.
Yeah.
I actually almost did Max and Lucas, and they're
Yeah.
both
Just a
both
Stranger Things.
gender
We could've
queer,
done a
both
whole Stranger
bisexual.
Things episode
Yeah, I know. True.
on the
But my
characters,
hotter take is I believe that Jane would be asexual. I think that's a little bit of a hotter take, and maybe a little bit trauma informed, which isn't fair, which is why I didn't put it on there.
Sure.
But I could see that for her. I think that she
Yeah.
would also have a heavier even if she was not asexual, I think she would have a heavier emphasis on romantic interest over sexual interest, at
Yeah.
least at first, because there's so much. If you've never known any form of love, I feel like it either goes one way or another, with like you kind of lean into the hypersexuality at first, and then like if you don't have good examples of love growing up,
Yeah.
or you seek out the romantic connection first, and where she lands, I guess, depends
Right.
on that as well. But I also kind of headcanon that.
Yeah.
That's my only Stranger Things one also. Like I said, we're trying to avoid the ships, but Jane is so interesting to me, and I
Yeah.
fucking love her so much, and I
Right.
think there's so much to her that's such a question mark, and things that we can talk about, you know, ignoring the fact that she fucking died and killed herself. I don't consider that canon.
So this is one that has been in a ship that we've talked about before, and I felt like it needed to be here. Ooh. Is Jade West. And she's a lesbian. Look at the picture on your screen. Fucking scissors locker. Bitch.
She had scissors on her locker?
Yes! Her whole thing, actually, she's very into scissors. But it's kind of supposed to be in, like, an edgy way, but, like...
That feels like coding, though, like queer coding in a way.
Yeah, but the show's made by a nasty man, so I know I don't... If it was not in a good way, but...
Right.
Removing myself from that, she's just a lesbian. And if you're asking, well, what does that make Beck? Hi, they're a butch. Maybe just a mask. Yeah, they're not a woman. Because this is a performing arts school, none of these bitches gonna be straight and gender conforming. None of them. Literally none. I chose Jade because she is just a lesbian. Like, she doesn't fuck with nobody. She's just your average mean goth lesbian, if you could call her goth. I don't know. She's just kind of edgy. But, like, that's what she is. Like, what? I don't think her storyline, like, why would she ever be that obsessed over a man?
Right.
Unless it was a woman. Sorry. So that's what I didn't put Beck on here because I wanted to get to the Jade point, but I will just say, yeah, Beck is a masked lesbian. Tori's bisexual, and Robbie is female to male, transmasc. Trans man? Probably trans man. I think and that is something that, like, other people have said on the internet because they make some, again, I don't think in a, like,
Intentional, but,
an
like,
intentional,
as a queer audience, kids who grow up to be queer audience.
yeah, you're, like, literally he's always grouped in with the women. Whatever. Anyways. Yeah, that whole school is fucking gay.
Yeah, performing arts school, let's be for real.
Hello? Right.
Ain't nobody straight or cis there.
No. Like, not possible. But anyway, so I had to put Jade because lesbian queen.
Yeah.
Want her bad.
I also haven't seen, but agree from what I know. Okay, my next two are from the Marauders, so #sorry if you have no idea what I'm talking about, but Aaron and Ange, open your ears and your hearts to this.
There might be some new listeners that are.
Yes, if you know, okay, I don't affiliate with J.K. Rowling. All of the stuff I like about the
Yes.
Marauders is like non-canon, not created by her, literally created by fans. Do I think there's still some gray area with being associated with that? Yes, but I do not monetarily or like watching type of stream type anything that is associated with J.K. Rowling or that could monetarily benefit her. So just putting it out there. Fan fiction out there though, woo! I love that shit. And Sirius Black is the most me character of all time, and you're gonna agree when I'm about to show you this. Sirius Black, pronouns he, she, they. They are gender fluid and gay.
Right. Yes.
Yes. And you can see from the photos, like, so much gender going on. And there's actually a lot of discourse in the fandom, because there's, like, some part of the fandom that's, like, they would never be because they were, like, they were popular kids in Hogwarts or whatever. And everyone's like, they would be, like, mean. Like, they would not be gay. Sirius Black wouldn't be wearing a skirt. And to that, I say, I disagree, because the entire fandom is gay people and queer people and queer gender queer people. And we're in control of the narrative here. So who gives a fuck what they would have been doing in school? We'd be writing fan fiction and we'd be doing whatever the hell we want.
Why are we talking about accuracy in a fucking wizard school?
Why are we talking about accuracy in a fandom where all of the ships and all of the canons are made up? Yeah. They're literally none of it is based on canon at all. No. We're making all this shit up.
Yeah.
We are deciding. So who's to tell me Sirius Black ain't wearing a skirt? Yeah. I don't agree. Like, sorry, I'm gonna do what I want. Yeah. But I think Sirius, like, she is just the most, like textbook to me example of gender fluidity. And maybe that's because I'm, what's it called? Imprinting my own personality and feelings onto him. But, yeah, I just think that he in Marauder and all the young dudes, which is like a fan fiction, but that's like the canon per se. Right. We mess with things beyond that, but like the most popular canon, he expresses femininity. He plays with femininity. He plays with all these different types of clothes, and I think he would feel I just think he would feel gender fluid. I think it would depend on the day and how he's feeling, but also he is gay, and I think, yeah. I'm not going to defend that. I just, like, that's allowed. Sorry, that's just what it is. Like, in terms of, like, I guess gay.
Can
like,
non-males be gay? I'm going to get to that, too.
Right. And, yes.
Our stances on that is, well,
to what you feel.
Yes. That's the best. It's like, I'm not going to tell a gender non-conforming person what label they should adopt as their sexuality.
Yeah.
I feel like we've talked about this before, too, but if a trans man or masc wants to call themselves a lesbian, I think they should be allowed. And if they want to call themselves straight, I think they should be allowed. Yep. It's up to personal preference.
It's what at the end of the day, it's what confirms and solidifies your gender the most.
Yeah.
And your sexuality.
Yeah. Both at the same time.
Both at the same time.
And either's fine. And if you, as a lesbian, don't want to, your lesbianism doesn't include trans men, then that's your prerogative. That's your preference. Yeah. But I don't think you should thus be going out and saying, I don't think you're allowed to be a lesbian because I wouldn't date you because you're a man. Right. Okay, that's your prerogative.
Keep it in your head.
Yeah. Anyways.
Keep it in your head and date accordingly, but don't fucking broadcast it to everybody else and project your gender conformance to everybody else.
Yeah. And I think, the same thing goes for gay man, female to male.
Yeah. Across the board. Yeah. What label feels true to you? And that's what I think about Sirius. I'm trying to think of like more examples or like how to explain it, but it's just quite like, I just know that Sirius feels just like gay. Like, I'm gay and there's nothing straight about me, or there's no, you know what I mean? Like, not that there's something straight about you, but it's like, there is no attraction to the opposite gender in that sense, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So yeah. And I think the photos in the fan art I have on the screen will really demonstrate that.
So my next one is Flynn Rider.
Yes! Yes! Oh my god, yes! You even say anything and I agree.
Yeah, he's a butch lesbian.
Yes!
They're not even a trans man.
No.
He is, and he's not even just a mask, he is a butch lesbian. That is a butch lesbian. And let me tell you why. First of all, no man would ever. Sorry. And that's why people are so attracted to Flynn as he's one of the most, I would argue, one of the most popular Disney male love interests. And maybe that's just because, I mean, part of that is because of the movie is also just is really well loved. But like, people love Flynn. And I'd argue that's because he isn't actually a man and he doesn't exude any of the male qualities of your other typical stereotypes of your other typical Disney princesses. He's got this charisma that I think butch lesbians have, and also but he's also just very caring. I think he's just a butch lesbian does anything for their femme, and he is the epitome of that. And a butch lesbian is also very important in the lesbian community itself, which is why I like kind of separate it from masc, even though those are honestly have very like have like butch is an umbrella under masc, I would say, but butch is someone who is a historical term in the lesbian community for someone that is male kind of presenting and then uses that for like it oftentimes used to conform as men in public to thus protect their relationship, because if you look like a man then you can go out in public, right. Or there's a lot of other historical context. I'm definitely not the best to explain it, but to me that it's a butch lesbian.
And mind you, Flynn Rider is a chosen name.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Canonically.
Yeah.
Canonically a chosen name. I know we're not saying that he's trans, but like...
Right, but just to confirm that, like, he still... But he uses he, him pronouns, but they still identify with the female gender.
Yeah. No. 100% yes.
Yeah.
I could not agree on something more.
Yeah. I knew you'd love that one.
Okay, sorry, we have to do another Marauders character for my fourth because we got to get both the black siblings. Okay, Ange and Aaron, open your ears, open your hearts. Regulus black, he, him, trans, gay. And here are my photos.
He, him, trans, gay. So they're, wait.
Assigned female at birth, trans, goes by he, him. Trans
okay,
man,
so
sorry.
You're saying, okay, I see what you're saying, because you're saying then...
He is a trans man.
He's female to male.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Gay.
Okay.
Gay. That man is fucking gay.
Yeah.
But, oh my God, when I first saw that in a fan fiction, I was like, my third eye like opened. I was like, oh my God, I have never seen anything better. And it goes so well with Sirius's dynamic, because Sirius is 2 years older canonically. And it's like Sirius, gender fluid, so she's experimenting with her gender. She has all these different, and then you have Reg, and he finds out he's trans and he's transitioning, and there's so much good art and good stories about, you know, being that sort of mentor figure and like cutting his hair for the first time, etc., etc. Oh, I love it. And like there's just so much context with their backstory and how they're raised, and like their whole mantra, what is the English word? Mantra? Is like the noble house of black, their family, their whole thing is about upholding tradition and upholding gender roles. And so, like, both of them being genderqueer in some way and also breaking out from their family. I mean, Regulus canonically does not get to. He dies in a final act of rebellion against his family, but he never actually gets to be free, because in Sirius being the one to leave the family, he becomes the heir. And so he doesn't get to leave, and he has to be a Death Eater, etc. Has to be in quotation marks, because is there ever any have to when it comes to Nazis? I don't know. But in common fan fiction, like, I consider Regulus outside of that canon in terms of, like, you know, in my mental canon of these characters, like, they're not really always, they're not wizards and there's not a war. It's they're people and how they would be as young adults. Yeah. But both of them breaking out of that, like, this is tradition, this is who you're supposed to be. It's like, yes, of course they're both genderqueer, and of course they're both gay! That is to FAGs have I seen! That is to, like, truly, like, yeah. That is just how I see it, and no fluidity in either of their sexualities. They're gay.
Real, yeah. My next one is a femme. Actual femme. And this is what, like, I think of Glinda for femme non-canon, even though definitely they lean harder into it for Glinda. Oh my God. But my next is Sharpay Evans.
Yes! Oh my god, I would have never thought of that. That's perfect.
Is an FEMME if you've ever fucking seen one.
Yes.
And that's just like that is she's just the epitome. She loves everything hyper feminine. That's her shtick, obviously, as you know, but let me get the lesbianism in a bit. First of all, again, hi, this is a high school that's really focused on theater. Maybe not the whole high school, but they all get into it, so I'm like, well,
the main characters.
If you get into it, right. But her specifically, like, she's in theater, girl. She ain't straight. Yeah, she ain't straight. She's not only in theater, she's obsessed with theater. Mm-hmm. And she's everything is hyper femme. It's not just she's girly. She is hyper femme. Like everything's pink. Everything has to be pink around her.
Hyper femme lesbian, to confirm.
Right.
I knew that's what you were saying. Sorry, but just to say the word specifically.
Yeah, FEMME refers to a femme lesbian that is presenting feminine. And it's kind of like the counterpart to butch. Also has very important historical context in the lesbian community. More so, femmes are allowed to, they pass in society, so they are allowed to protect other lesbians that don't pass in that way. So that's kind of where, and I think that's exactly something Sharpay would do. She don't give up. She just wants a woman, and that goes for. Well, actually, we'll get into that.
Yeah, so let's not touch Troy.
Because I'm getting
okay. That's what I assumed. Because I had something to say, and then I was like,
yeah,
maybe I won't. Because
more on that later.
And Troy being the grand finale makes perfect sense because I have opinions. Yes. I have heavy opinions.
Anyways, more on that later.
Okay. My last grand finale hottest take. They gonna hate me. The men are gonna come for me with the pitchforks. Peter Parker. Trans man, he, him, bisexual. Any version of Peter Parker. Miles Morales, different person, right? But there was many different Peter Parkers, and every Peter Parker is a trans man, he, him, bisexual, and that is what I have for my visual. I have some fan art, and I also have Tom Holland's because that Tom Holland be embodying that in the live action in my. Also, so does Andrew Garfield, and also so does Tobey Maguire. Like I said, every Peter Parker is a trans man, and all of them are bisexual.
Well, first of all, why do they look like that? If not, and then second of all,
Tom Holland.
Well, go ahead, say what you want to say because I have an opinion too.
Well, okay, and I will say in certain canons of comic serializations, like Peter Parker is canonically bisexual, so maybe that's like amending the rules a little bit. But like, ain't nobody ever saying he's trans, so. Yeah, but like, the whole idea also of Spider-Man being a second identity, of a person who is a super nerd and super like hated on and isolated in their high school, because that's the whole thing about Peter Parker is he's fucking loser. Like, he is a loser and everybody fucking believes him, and all of the fucking, he's a loner. It's always his one friend, his one best friend. And when there's Harry Osborn, it's like he's the really popular rich guy, and like Peter's always there, but like Peter is not at the same status level as Harry Osborn in the ones where they adopt him. And with current MCU with Ned, it's like they're the two losers together. And it's just like when you step into the Peter Parker, very like it's almost like very gender confirming in its masculinity as Spider-Man, and also Spider-Man is just he fucking everyone. Like, I don't have any further explanation for that one.
I think what I was gonna say was that I think the whole spider bite and transformation in and of itself is an allegory for transition.
Yeah. 100%
genders, because it's like you're who you're
because he becomes who he feels he truly is when he becomes Spider-Man, what he's meant to be.
Yep, exactly.
Also to say, there's Andrew Garfield when he was doing his Spider-Man one was hardcore vying for his Peter Parker to be bisexual, and he played him as such, but like obviously wasn't true on the screen because they didn't allow it. So it's very common also for actors and people who are interpreting the character as they portray them to believe that Peter Parker is bisexual.
Yeah. Nope, couldn't agree more, and that's also why the masks love him.
Yeah. Every fucking bisexual and lesbian person on planet Earth loves Spider-Man.
I mean, honestly, just people.
Everybody loves Spider-Man.
But I think when you seriously consider that the queer community is not one that is oftentimes interested in superhero movies, but the grip that Spider-Man has on us, he has to be one of us.
Literally, my pinned tweet on Twitter is, there is only one thing that unites the masses, and it's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And I've never said anything truer.
Yeah, that's great. And my final one,
I can
because
see
we're
it
getting
on your
back.
corner. Ah! Yes!
is transmasc, Troy Bolton, and he's a lesbian. And so now this does get back to what we were saying in that, yes, you can be transmasc as a lesbian. And in my head, that is how he chooses to identify. Because...
And that explains why Sharpay want him so damn bad.
Thank you. It does. Because she's a femme. Right. Lesbian. So in case you were like trying to point out and that's why she was also never interested in what's his name?
Zeke.
Zeke. Which also Zeke, I'm like, give me a little time. I can play with your gender too.
Yeah, I don't know if I believe Zeke is cis either, but that's...
None of them are. This is a high school that is focused on theater. But of course I didn't bring up, well, I think it is canon without saying it's canon that,
Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan is gay, but then also Corbin. Chad, Corbin Blue, but
yeah, when they switch clothes at the end of that scene,
I think we've talked about that before.
Like, okay.
But like,
yes,
everybody here is a little gay. This is theater, baby.
Yes.
But anyways, to the Troy Bolton of it all. Because let me hold you. Maybe you've never heard this. This is not a me theory.
No, I feel like this is so like widely beloved and headcanoned in the queer community.
It is. Look up. There's edits. I'm telling you. It's always the edits. I feel like that's where I got the remembrance and because I was scrolling through edits for inspiration to be like, who am I? Because I saved, and that was one. I was like, oh, here we go. Yes, transmasc. But anyways, I think their whole story, or his whole story of feeling this, he has to do what is expected of him, and that is something more masculine. But I think the themes still transfer, is that he has to do what's expected of him. This is what his dad wants for him. This is what he thinks he should do, and he's good at it. But there is a calling to something that he feels in his heart he loves to do and wants to be like. If that's not an allegory for transness, I don't know what is. And so that, to me, like, he's a transmasc. He's, exploring. Especially because theater is so feminine, or I guess is perceived as feminine, and then basketball is so masculine. Like, that playing with those roles and what's expected of you, I think is just perfect for aligning with, this is a person who's in the process of transitioning or has transitioned and is like, where do I fit in society when I have these two loves in my life? Yeah. And the lesbian of it all is just because he's into Gabriella, and also
because we say so.
Well, because we say so, but like, it's he's just
that is the part we don't feel like we need to explain.
Yeah,
that's like, just the common sense.
Especially when I'm playing with the gender already, it's like, well, like he's only interested in the women. He's never showing any of a really gay side. He got boys that are friends.
And if you want to argue, just sit down and watch the scene of Scream from High School Musical 3. Because actually, whenever I'm confused about my gender, like, that's the song I'd be listening to. Like, he literally is like, I don't know where to go. What's the right team? Like, okay! Could not be more spelled out for you.
Literally. Yeah.
I'm so confused. It's like, what's it all mean? Fuck, I had the lyric and then I started to say it and I was like, nope, I messed it up. Yeah, it's fine. I can't choose so confused. What's it all mean? Don't worry, guys. I listen to that song often.
It is. I think it's beautiful if you look at it in a trans lens, and so I choose to. And it's beautiful. Yeah. And also, I just want everyone to be gay. I want them all to be gay on my screen. And, like, I mean, this just goes for literally everything. But, like, everything is so much better if you just imagine a male counterpart as a lesbian.
Yeah, agree.
And then it's all good.
That's how I believe Edward and Bella are in Twilight.
Oh, that would have been a good one to add.
And also Jacob.
Yeah.
Everybody. Yeah.
Jacob, a hey mamas.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm not
oh my god.
That. It's just
we
true.
did a TikTok and it was like you pull up a card and it's like a number, and we did it with different genders as well. And one of mine was like, they're a hey mama's lesbian, but they're like really hot. Mm-hmm. And it's like,
yeah,
5. Like, they're gonna play in your face, but they are the hottest person you've ever seen.
Pretty high up there. Anyways, that is our tea. You guys can drop any of your headcanons. I'm really
or even
curious.
if you have characters who you want us to give our headcanons on.
Ooh, we could, because that was, I think the hard part is like remembering everybody that obviously we have a lot of opinions outside of this, because we have a lot of people we ship, but I didn't want to include most of the ships here because we've already told you, like, we already think their sexuality isn't what's being shown to us.
I think that I'm just thinking of rapid fire ones off the top of my head now. Mario, transmasc.
Okay.
Lesbian.
Okay. I don't feel like I consume enough Mario content
Yoshi,
to,
they,
say
them.
that.
Non-binary.
Yeah, of course.
And so is Birdo.
They're not.
And so is Birdo.
They're not humans.
Okay, and they can still have a gender, can't they?
They are sentient, so I guess.
Yeah, if Birdo and Yoshi are in a relationship, surely they can also have genders.
Sure. Yeah, I'll agree with that.
And you want me to go rapid fire on the wall? I will. Gojo, gay. Bakugo, gay. Mikasa, bi. Zuko. Everyone want me to say bi, but I'm gonna say gay. Yuta, trans man.
I don't know if they could see all the way up there, but...
Oh, they can't. It's up there, though.
Yeah.
Gato, gay. Megami, gay. Yuji, gay. Midoriya, you guys want me to say bisexual, but it's gay. And Ochako, not his girl. That's a lesbian. Actually. Momo, lesbian. And where's her girl? I think her name is Jiro with the headphones. Bi. Gay, gay, gay. Gay, gay. They're all gay. Why do you think they're here?
Yeah, really.
What do you think? Oh, Naruto, Sasuke, gay. Naruto. You also want me to say bi, but that's also gay. Sakura, lesbian. She's in love with Shino. Where is she? She's down there. Gaara, gay. Kakashi, gay. Guy, gay. I would say though, Rock Lee is a strong pan. I would say up there, strong pan. Shikamaru is probably the only one who I could think is straight, but straight trans man.
And period. Like we said, no one's ever 100%.
Like, don't even try it with, don't even ask me. Like, I will tell you, everybody gay in my perception.
Yeah.
Aki, gay. Angel, gay. Denji, pan. Actually, I don't even think Denji would label himself, to be honest. His gender or his sexuality. Similar scenario to me as Jane.
Real. That's our thoughts. Yeah, I would love to see if you guys have any, and then if you want to give us yours, I would love that. Yeah. And we will give our opinions. Obviously, that's what we do.
Sebastian Stardew Valley, trans man.
Oh, real.
I think he would identify as straight, though. No, he's bi.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just thinking things off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Like, everything on me, everything about me, like, I'd be thinking and I'd be having opinions.
Yes. That's why you love this pod, don't you guys? You do have a lot of opinions.
You just love coming on here and us calling you gay.
Oh, yeah. They do. They do.
They do love it.
Yeah. Well, guys, that was our
Pride extravaganza. Our Pride Day extravaganza.
It was really fun to make the slides and like think on it.
Maybe we'll do a part 2 one day if we're inspired with more people. I mean, I just gave you pretty much more, 5 more, 10 more, so.
We have a lot more. Or like I could see it as like a YouTube video one day if we got like comments to be like,
true.
It's like a Q&A, but we're just rapid fire all our thoughts.
You put the person on the screen and we just gay, lesbian, bisexual.
You know when they do like not the hear me out, but like the YouTube videos where they're like smash or pass
yes. Me giving a gender and sexuality to every single Pokemon instead of the smash or passing every single Pokemon.
That would be a fun
Pikachu,
video.
Trans, gay.
That would be such a fun video.
It would. And while we're talking about it, keep a lookout because we are going to be posting our first non-podcast YouTube video, and it's going to be a Pride Parade vlog because we're gonna vlog, I suppose, we'll vlog us making the float, and then we'll vlog the day of a little bit as well, and you can kind of see the behind the scenes on that because this is going to be like our first big We Know Better event.
Mm-hmm.
And now we have to do it because I said it, so.
Yeah, that's true.
But keep a lookout for that.
But yeah. That'll be fun. Okay. Do we want to get into unsolicited advice?
Yeah.
Unsolicited? Let's see.
Me just opening Sirius Black, he, she, they.
Also,
Gay.
now I want to say Fabulous is a gay-ass song.
Yeah, it is.
Anyways, that's also where the inspiration
Okay.
came from.
Mine is, how do I listen to Conan Gray and not think about Sirius Black? And you don't. Die. How do you not? Die. Literally, you can't. Conan Gray actually writes specifically for Wolfstar and about Sirius Black. I mean, we have Family Line. We have the entire Wishbone album. Allie Rose. Winner. Like, come on, Ange. I know Ange is the one who did it. Come on, Ange. Let's be real. You fucking have Conan Gray opening the music video for Vodka Cranberry, and a fucking black dog runs across the damn street. Like, damn, he ain't even pretending. Everyone also canons, like, Conan Gray as, like, the modern-day Sirius Black, because he looks very similar to how Sirius does in fan art, and also Sirius's whole thing is he wanted to be a rock star, especially during the Found Heaven album era. Like, that is the 70s, 80s sort of rock star style that Sirius Black embodies. So, to answer your question, you can't. Sorry.
Maybe just enjoy it more in that way. In the way that it makes you sad, but, like,
Enjoy it more, and you gotta clock
soul.
in. You gotta clock in. I know you gotta read the next All the Young Dudes book. I know you do. You better be finding that in your freaking boxes of books. I know.
Okay. Mine is, I live with a girl who has her boyfriend over constantly. He's not on the lease and does not pay rent. She has 2 dogs, he has a dog, and I have a dog. Too many dogs in my opinion, but that's just me. Recently, I've noticed that they lock my dog in the basement. All the dogs usually have free roam of the house when I am at work. I asked them about this, and my roommate said they lock my dog in the basement because her boyfriend's dog is scared of my dog. He doesn't live here. What should I do? To that I ask, is her boyfriend a homosexual? Because why can't he leave the dog at home? Does he live, like, if he lives alone even then...
Yeah.
If he lives alone, then why
can
isn't
they
not
not
going there?
If their dogs get along, why can't they go to his?
Exactly. That's
Like,
why
why
I'm
in your
like, he must be
house?
homeless.
Yeah.
He must be unhoused. Sorry, because what? Why? Like, I just don't understand why this is even... I mean, I do, because men just don't have a consideration for other people. But, like, if he lives alone and can't leave the dog alone, then why can't they come there?
Yeah.
And then bring her dogs. I just don't understand
that's like
that. But,
so ridiculous and horrible.
yeah, that's not fair to your dog at all. But how to handle that, I guess you just gotta have a conversation and say that's not okay with me. You can't do that to my dog. It's a tough one, but like,
Yeah.
like
seems like you just, I don't know. It seems like they've probably tried to like set that boundary, but like, what do you even do in that scenario? Just, I would start a fight. Like,
you
what are
gotta beat up
do?
the boyfriend. Yeah,
Kill him.
sorry. You have to start fighting the man. Surely, I don't know if you're good friends
Change
with
the
your
locks.
roommate. Real. Yeah, that is really tough. I don't think there's a way out of it other than saying like you can't do this. I don't like, this is not fair. And then kind of duking it out, I guess. And that is really tough, but it's not fair to your dog at all. And why don't they have, I just don't understand why that is their solution is, oh yeah, we'll just lock this other dog in a basement.
Yeah. This feels like it's going towards a you need to move out / they need to move out
for
scenario, but like, it's like one of those like, what can you do in the while you're in the situation?
Yeah, it was really tough. Best of luck with that.
Yeah.
Must recommends.
Must recommends.
I have one right away if you're still...
Yeah, I have one, but I will save it for the next one for when the episode's actually out. I saw the Amazing Digital Circus finale in theaters, but it doesn't actually come out till the 19th. Mm-hmm. And this will probably be out after that or right before that. But regardless, it's not out while I'm about to talk about it, so I won't. I'll save it for the next one.
Okay.
But you can go first then.
Yeah, mine is Gay by Meg Stalker.
Yeah.
Happy Pride. And
it is an anthem.
You need to listen to that song. And I'm serious. You have to listen to that song. It's Pride Month. I don't care if you're not gay. You need to listen, or you think you're not gay. But you need to listen to that song. It's fucking funny. It's not, I mean, like, I like the beat as well. It's a song I want to do poppers in the club to. But it's also like, you look at the lyrics, and Meg Stalter is funny, and that's what she does. She just randomly, well, she's the curator if you've never heard of her, but she's the one that started the, hi gay, it's Pride Month, whatever. She started that. And so it's kind of like that. It's just throwing out gay terms and references, and like, it doesn't necessarily, like, that's the ad-libs. The ad-libs are Trixie and Katya, and just like saying random gay shit.
Yeah.
It's funny. And it is like the embodiment of Pride Month.
But it's still like a super fun club song.
Yeah.
On top of that.
It's just fun. Like, that's it. It's fun, and you should listen to it and give it streams. And I'm excited for her album that will eventually come out. I have no idea when. But I love the vibes of the first 2 songs. So I'm sad. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys should be too.
Vibe. Ooh. And now I had time to think, and now I still don't know.
You were distracted by the game.
No, I know I was. And the Amazing Digital Circus, like, I actually haven't slept for, like, I just keep waking up in the middle of the night thinking about one of the characters' backstories and endings and how it's very relatable. And I'm like, oh my god! Anyway. What will I do? What will I say? I must recommend... I don't know if they'll listen to this. It's why I'm, like, not sure if I want to say it. I must recommend, when you're talking to someone new, texting once a day. But, like, saying a lot. But, like, having an active conversation you can participate in, but, like, not feeling like you have to fucking text every single day, every single second. And also make small talk. Because there is no small talk going on, and I fucking love it. And I'm excited for when they respond, and I'm excited to respond, but it's like when I have the time and I can fucking focus and like actually be present in the conversation. I must recommend being present in conversations with people over text or over the internet or whatever, when you don't have that relationship where you're already like texting all the time. Like me and you have a relationship where like I just be saying what's in my head, but that's because we have that sort of bond already. Yeah. But I'm really loving this communication style right now. So, and if this goes nowhere / whatever, then I never said that. Then this never happens.
Well, I don't think it's untrue though, even if it doesn't.
True.
It's still like,
it's like truly like everything we said in the Femcel pod about like, why is it so unfair? Like when we want to talk to people, new people, even if it's just in like a platonic sense, like, you know, the feeling, the need to be like, good morning. How is your day? Yeah. The same as fucking yesterday. I'm going to work every damn day. Yeah. Like that type of thing, and like inventing things to say, inventing like niceties, and you know. Yeah. It's been nice. It's exactly what we were complaining about and what we want the solution to be. Like ideal getting to know someone type beat. Loving it. Must recommend.
Yeah. Love it. I don't know if there's anything else. Shorter one today. That's okay.
Yeah, but that's okay. We've been having really long ones as of late.
That is definitely true. But if you're new, again, welcome. And that just saves you time to go watch some others. True. Go take a peruse.
You should go watch the Femcel one.
20 other ones.
Actually, don't.
Actually, not.
If you are joining this from the Pride Parade and you find either of us attractive and or interesting and want to get to know us better, don't watch that. Yeah. Because it is not a good like vie for ourselves,
we're honest.
Or dateability.
You want to, if
we are dateable, we are.
Yeah, we're very honest in it, and maybe that is something that you don't take as a red, like you.
Is the Femcel one where we talk about that, or is that where we talk about the dating culture with men and like marriage?
No, no. They're different.
Okay, yeah. So then don't watch the Femcel one.
We
men aren't gonna like this. Yeah. Watch that one honestly, because there's just some honest takes about how we view the world, and men are really, really hating it. Like I got a lot of hate from me just saying like women have in this day and age are afforded a societal like higher bar for what they accept in partnerships, because this is the most majority of women, like I said last time, biggest majority of women who like don't need a man or a marriage for any aspect of their life. Biggest still exists. Patriarchy still exists, so there's still women who fall victim to it, obviously, and or just are based on, you know, their background and growing up. But biggest that aren't. And so naturally, when you don't need something, you have a higher standard of when you want it, for what you want. You accept what you want. Why would you accept something you don't want? Yeah. And men are like, you have no idea what you're talking about. Go to therapy, or you're so miserable. You must be so fun. Yeah. Oh my God. God forbid I don't want to date someone who fucking hates me. Like, oh my God. God forbid I don't want to date a man who tells me how I fucking have to dress or calls me a slut or I don't know, like expects sex from me 24/7, 365 or thinks when I dress in a certain way that I'm asking for sex or expects me to do their damn dishes or God forbid expects me to have no other fulfilling relationships outside of them. Oh my God, like sue me. Oh, they really nailing me to the damn cross these days. Like, shit.
Yeah.
In a way, it's like, I'm Jesus.
And I've always said that.
I have no idea anything about any Christianity or biblical stories at all. There's this, it comes up in media sometimes, or just like with the holiday, and I'll ask Morgan, and she'll say something, and I'm like, I've never heard that in my life.
Yeah, it is fun to like explain like.
Well, okay, I thought the whole Adam and Eve thing, like, wasn't actually an apple. I thought the apple was sex, but that's, like, not really true. You said, like, it is in a way, because it represents those things. Yeah. But, like I thought, like, they were just, like, actually having sex.
Sure. And they were just calling it apple.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Christians call having sex eating an apple. Wait,
an apple a day keeps the doctor away.
I'll tell you this one.
Where'd that come from?
But I have been watching Love Island. It's a guilty shame watch. I don't like that I watch it, but I do like to be. I have FOMO. I have FOMO on the internet. If you could, it's like I just want to be involved in the internet conversation. But anyways, I made this. I don't know if this is a joke we can keep in because people might get mad at me. But there was a girl dipped her apple in ketchup and then ate it, and I said, that is only something skinny people do, because they go and tell you that tastes like a french fry. It tastes just like a french fry if you do that. You dip your apple in fucking ketchup and it tastes just like a french fry. Girl, don't piss me off.
Yeah, that's crazy.
She didn't say that.
But the joke is funny. Because that is something a skinny person would say.
I was like, oh my God, and I know if you asked her why she would do that, she would say, it's because it tastes like a french fry. Yeah. Girl, don't get the fuck away from me. Anyways. That joke that I made me laugh. And I can't recommend that. Don't watch it.
Me when I make a joke and I think it's funny, so then I share it on the podcast.
I'm funny. I want everyone to know how funny I am.
Yeah, and I'm also funny. Okay, it's our friend's birthday literally today, and for her birthday, we did, once. We did karaoke once, and we did Midnight Sun once. That's literally the entire reference, and I bought a card that you can record the inside, and I myself sang the riff from Midnight Sun, and then I didn't have a printer, so I had to draw the dolphin meme myself. Super cursed. I'll put the picture here. And yeah, I texted everybody in my phone. Before I gave it to her, I was like, look at this thing I made. I'm the fucking funniest person on planet Earth. And I opened it like 50 times and I'm like, I'm so fucking funny.
It was good.
Thank you. I am the funniest person I know. And no one believes me when I say that. But sometimes I used to be funnier in more like commonplace, but I moved here and then it was just like, I don't know. I was really depressed when I first moved here. And also I guess a little bit more mature. And like, not that we are friends, like, we don't have, like, we're not super riffy, but, like, it's not, like, the foundation of our friendship. Meanwhile, like, I grew up with Brooke, who our whole, like, we, like, bits are our, like, love language. We grew up doing bits and doing bits all the time, et cetera, et cetera. And same with Ange. And there's no, like, men in my life that I can make fun of all the time either, so, like, that takes away from a lot of my bits as well.
Totally.
Because, like, with Parker, oh, my God, me and Ange had a bit for that man. He one time texted me, and he texted me about, like, wanting to see my boobs or wanting to fuck or something when, like, we were not in the same state or in the same place. And I was like, well, why don't you ask one of your Erie women to do it? And he was like, oh, look at you. Maybe I will, because I've got bitches west of the Mississippi because I'm not a pussy. What does that even mean? And me and Ange took that and
west of the Mississippi.
Yeah, so he's got bitches all the way west from the Mississippi. He's got a bitch in every state. That's, I think, what he was trying to say. However, not true. 1, 2, well, no, not true. I'm not giving him that.
No.
Me and Ange, to this day, when we want to, like, like, show out or be like, you know, like, I am cool. Like, we will literally stop mid-sentence and be like, because I've got bitches west of the Mississippi because I'm not a pussy.
Yeah.
He also one time texted me and said, I want you to beat me up, smack me in the face, and record it and call me a loser, a little bitch loser who has a small dick and gets no women. And then send the recording to Ange. I don't know why Ange always had to be involved.
Yeah, that is the freakiest part of them all. And happy Pride Month to you, Parker.